hey, you can be cool for a minute and be a streamer. The Builder Summit website will be hosting all of these resources, so as PDFs are finalized and the slides made available, they'll be all posted online. Both of the training sets are available for you guys to look at anytime. And I want to start with a moment of gratitude. Over and over we get asked, kind of what is the cost for this, or how do we get involved? This is a user community summit that we're trying to maximize the reach. We put out the streams, we put out the event, but we're certainly not big enough to be able to cover all those costs, and we're super excited to have Stantec, Tetra Tech, Alpha, and Jacobs be our platinum sponsors, and WSP, Pond, and Gordian be gold sponsors. Can we get a moment of... Not only are they contributing financially, they also contribute with their relationships and bringing in speakers and bringing material to you. So if you want to be involved, please reach out, but certainly excited for what we have this year, which is, I think, the best year yet. Yesterday I mentioned mission as a way of frame and understanding of what we're trying to accomplish with ESMS. What does Searle represent as their mission? What does ERDIC say is their mission in the SMS Technical Center of Expertise? It made me think, hey, the summit should have a mission. If we're trying to decide, what to put up here, who to ask, and how to run the system, mission as we've currently established is to provide resources and create an environment to share information and build community around the SMS products. This is not trying to be SAME, it's not trying to be IFMA. We are specific to this one family of products. This is why we don't have split rooms. We started with an opportunity to go to a smaller space but have different breakout sessions, maybe for more technical centered versus program leadership. But over and over I heard, I really want to be in both. If this is a user community about this one product, let's stay connected, and even if you're not necessarily directly related to this one topic, you'll be able to interact with your associates better. And the why that mission is so important is because our community is growing. And I think just from the federal lens, and I know that federal is not exclusive, but I think it is the overwhelming majority of who's here and who is using this family of products. I tried to do a search for what federal agencies have more than 10 million gross square feet. And then I saw who's involved in Builder and this paver and roofer and railer family. And I saw 63% of those agencies are already using the system. And then I did another bit of math, and spreadsheet fun is how I think, and said, how many actual gross square feet does each agency manage? And DoD, obviously being the largest, meant that when you combine all of DoD, a pilot with GSA, another pilot with VA, Department of Energy, certainly some sites, and Julie's here this week. We have Federal Bureau of Prisons, Ag Research, APHIS, the National Institutes of Health, the intelligence community, the Homeland Security, Coast Guard, FBI, FEMA, Department of Commerce, NIST, NOAA, and that's just from the lens that I see. That represents over 70% of all federal assets. From a professional development and career development and advancement, I think that this is an environment where you can say it has legs, it's growing, and it could be a new standard for a public real properties practice. And I think that we could be the launch point for how to do that the right way. So, with that, I will have a quick nod to the next version of Builder, since that is what most of you work with every day. We have been testing 3.6.8. Most people are probably running 3.6.7. And we mentioned that the Builder effort is going to be tailing off as ESMS is growing. And I think that the release notes echo that. We're going to be able to start a scenario through the API. We're fixing some category code issues. When I say we, the SMS team. The Builder folders are now sorting in a way that's more logical. You have partial units of measure If you have things like miles for roads, now you can have, 0.333 miles. Excel exports are working better. For security, they've reduced some of the browser console logging and then made improvements to how Builder and Bread show information. The SMS support site is linked, and that is your official resource for when the release gets launched, but that's what's coming down the pipe. Not a whole lot of changes. Certainly the majority of the effort is going to the enterprise product. On to the agenda. I'm going to introduce Matt, who I've talked about a lot yesterday and decided to have him here. He's going to be coming in quickly. We'll have a short break for people to stretch their legs, but please don't go far because we want to give him as much time as possible. And then going into A Tale of Two Builders. Then we break for lunch. You're on your own again for lunch. The benefit of being on the Riverwalk is your options are a lot. Returning from lunch, this is going to be an exciting panel with this family products helping people understand how to ask for and spend money. I thought if we could get a panel of those that make those decisions every day, this is the right audience to ask the questions and hear what their lens on the world is. Builder Vision will be at 2-3 with Frank Mondo, Jared, and Zachary. And then we close the day with just a nod of what could be coming next. You can't really go into the news or read a paper on business without talking about AI, robotics, and the newest space race. So we're going to give you kind of a lens of how that might impact this community. And then we have the social. Tomorrow, and we'll talk about the social again, but plan to not leave early for an early dinner. Tomorrow we have a breakfast, and this is where all of our sponsors get to come up and introduce themselves, and they are at booths as well, but it's nice to be able to hear what are they doing and why are they here. Then we go into more educational sessions on bad BCI, good FCI. Is that possible? Can I have that? Steve from Alpha is here. And then Colby and Jacine will be talking about the ESMS and post-disaster assessment case study that they worked on. Back to the afternoon, Tyler from USDA will give a session on keeping Builder green, and then we close the education sessions with a workshop where we bring some more panelists on the stage and say, how are you getting ready for what's next? And really hope that we can extract from the audience some questions and suggestions that they saw. And then I close out the session with an announcement of kind of what to anticipate for future events. So thank you again for all coming. I appreciate the attention and the willingness to feed into this community. And we'll take a 5-minute break to let Matt come up, set up, and start the next session. Thank you, everybody.